it was day 23 and well, it was time to go into the Nether again after being chased out last time by an Enderman. And at the moment, the thing I wanted to do was to get some XP by mining quartz or any other blocks that was in this mod pack. But as I came into the Nether, I saw this weird looking floaty thing, which I went up to, and it turned out in the end it was just a firefly. But I didn't think it was at first. But anyways, there was some quartz right next to this firefly, so I mined it using my favorite enchant. I spent the rest of the time in the Nether just mining quartz because I needed XP to enchant my armor. But as I was doing it, I also found these really cool just random structures in there because of this mod that was in the mod pack, which is really cool. And I just explored these structures, and I did see an Enderman, and I did get flashbacks as I saw that Enderman and this one as well. But I just spent my time just mining all this quartz with my pickaxe, getting XP. And I literally did just spend the next couple of minutes just mining quartz, which would have been boring to watch. So I got back to the overworld ready to enchant my armor. I hope I get something good then. I'm hoping Prot 4 on everything. It'd be really good if I did. Okay, I'm breaking. Okay, Prot 4. There we go. That's going to help loads in the Nether. Prot 4. Oh, okay. That's good. I just need mending on that then. Unbreaking. Okay, that's fine. Unbreaking's really good actually. And my helmet. But I was very proud of these enchantments because they were just good enchantments to get for the first time with diamond armor. And it just made me a bit more safer in the Nether because I got Prot 4 on basically everything, just not my helmet and my boots. But either way, I have Unbreaking and my armor will not break. But now it was time to face the Nether once again. As I arrived in the Nether, I found my favorite little goblin. But he was in like a Nether form, which I thought was a really cool detail. And he was selling Pigstep for quite a cheap price. He was selling Pigstep, the one that you find in Bastions, for 26 emeralds. Did I buy it? Was I gonna buy it? Yes, I did. I bought it. Now that is the coolest way to get Pigstep in the game. I did then spend the rest of my time in the Nether fighting some random wither skeletons in a random structure that wasn't a fortress, which I thought was at first. And then eventually looting these structures, which didn't have the best loot, but it is loot after all, until eventually I did find a fortress. And it wasn't just a normal plain boring fortress, no, it was a really cool detailed looking one, which I liked a lot. I then explored the structure, ready to fight some blazes to get some blaze rods for some Eyes of Enders of course. And this fortress is insane. It looked like an actual castle. It looked like Bowser's castle. It was so cool. But anyways, I then decided to go and just camp out this spawner full of blazes for a while. And the spawner did not disappoint. I didn't even have to flatten out the area or anything. I would stand still for a second. 4 of them would spawn at a time, 3 of them. And it got to a point where I was quite concerned, but then I realized, no, I shouldn't be scared. I have diamond armor with Prot 4. And it came in handy because if I didn't have this, I would have been dead in seconds. But they just kept spawning, which is what I wanted, because the more, the easier it would be to get some blaze rods. We had entered Bowser's castle and we had discovered there was a downstairs area in the castle, which was very cool, which also meant lots and lots of loot. So we went down there and there was lots of stairs. And I mean, there was lots of stairs. So many stairs. It went down and down and down. And guess what? Even more down. It just kept going. Until eventually there was an end. and we were in this dungeon looking area which looked really cool. So we went and looted it, and then I just spent the rest of the time just looting everywhere. There was these cool little hidden, I guess you could call it, item frames behind these structures. There was just loads of details in this dungeon place which was generally so cool, and I loved it so much, and it was so worth looting because there was just tiny little bits of loot that was worth getting throughout this structure. And it was funny because there was piglins also trapped like in a Nether prison, I guess you could call it. It's just those tiny little details that were just generally so cool. And I found the most coolest thing ever as well. I was in a mine shaft, but it was in the Nether. It was just a complete replica, but Nether version. And instead of cave spiders in spawners, it was blazes. It was really cool, and I loved it a lot. But I had done exploring it all. It was so much to explore, and then I saw this, and I recognized it, and I knew exactly what would have happened if I did in fact stayed very close to it. Jesus Christ, okay. I don't know the name of this, but jeez. Okay. I could run, or I could kill it, and potentially get something good from it. Oh, the arrows bounce off it. I can't even shoot it through like the tiny little gap that I've broken. Oh, that's not fun. Okay. We're gonna have to try and get close to it, but where I've been at top, it's made it rise up. So, and I'm scared it's gonna explode again because I don't know if it does another explosion attack, and I already know it, but that would just one hit me. Oh shoot. Okay. Okay, buddy. Do I just hit it, I guess, and just run back? Hoping? Maybe? Oh shit. Okay. Oh, it was a Blaze Guardian. That's what it was called. Okay, that wasn't too bad. But like, it's just the explosion attack that just is scary. I returned back to the base, and I just wanted to spend some time just looking through all the enchantment books I have, all my stuff, my storage, what I could possibly use, and also enchant my gear a bit more. I had some ancient debris as well, which I was going to use because I did in fact want that new fancy netherite armor that was really cool. It came up with some powers and stuff. It looked really cool. It was way better than just the base netherite, which I liked. But I wanted to enchant my diamond tools a bit because I needed some enchantments on there. I could probably get a good enchantment on my axe, some sharpness. So I just looked around, and I got a really good enchantment for my sword. And also, one thing I did discover though is I can take enchants off whatever tools, armor, and I can turn them into books if I put them in a grindstone, which I thought it was really cool. This wouldn't have been good because it was obviously Curse of Vanishing, would not have helped at all, so I threw it away because why would I need Curse of Vanishing when I already have good leggings? But I went through all my things, and I was just going through things and taking stuff off, which by doing that I managed to get myself a Prot 4 and Unbreaking 3 book, which I had the decision of whether putting the Unbreaking on my tools or putting the Prot on my armor, but obviously I chose my armor because the more protection the better from any of these mobs. And that's what I did. Now I have almost fully Prot 4 armor. Just my boots have Prot 3, but it's fine. I feel so much safer now in this new armor. And I just went through my things a bit more. And that was pretty much it. I then just spent the rest of day 27 just going through my stuff, seeing what I had, organizing it a bit more, because right now I just had one of the annoying chest monsters out there. It was just double chests piled on top of each other with just things everywhere. And also I was just going through my enchantment books as well. And I was running out of levels as well. I had no levels, so I couldn't actually enchant anything, which was slightly annoying. But anyways, I just went through all my double chests and just saw what I could possibly get rid of. Wait, you can get Netherite diamond sword? That's actually so cool. Wait, it's not that hard to make as well. I just need Netherite. Oh, it goes up in tiers, so I need to have the silver one to get the gold one. But this is cool. Surely this must be, like, it gives me something good then with the armor and stuff. Like, surely. To finish off day 27, I just went and explored the Nether a bit. Got some XP, explored bastions, killed piglins. This was a new type of bastion. This wasn't just any old bastion. It was like a new structured bastion, which was really cool. It was filled with piglins, but with my new diamond armor, I felt super safe. By the time I had finished exploring the Nether, it was day 29, and on day 29 I had discovered something. I had glowstone, and everyone knows as a child they tried to make the Aether portal. Now, I didn't know it was in this. I mean, I sort of did, but I didn't. I didn't know if it was actually gonna work. I thought I was just about to basically embarrass myself. But I wanted to try it because I've never been to the Aether dimension ever. Even when I got Minecraft back in 2020, I have never gotten the mod to go and explore the Aether dimension. So I was also trying to find a spot to put the portal, and I decided to put it the opposite side of the Nether portal, and yeah. Dude, I actually hope this works, because if it doesn't, I'm about to embarrass myself in front of God knows how many people. Oh shit. Oh. Wait, it actually works. No, that's actually so cool. Let's go, let's go. Day 1? What is that? Oh, is time different in the Aether? That would make sense actually. So yes, the Aether is in this mod pack, which is cool. I love the Aether dimension so much. Now we have it, so that's fun. That's another achievement that we've gotten. And I didn't embarrass myself in front of everyone, so that's great. But now I was pretty much ready to go fight the Ender Dragon because it was day 30, and why wait? Why wait? We've got the perfect amount of gear, and if speedrunners can kill the Ender Dragon in no armor, then we surely can defeat the Ender Dragon in full diamond armor. So we set off to find the Stronghold. And on the way, we were killing pillagers with names. And it was this thing again that it jump scares me every time. Like, it just randomly happens. And It was happening to the pillagers as well. I was like killing them, but it wasn't doing too much damage. And we just were on our way to find a stronghold. And of course, on the way, finding places to loot, like this ruined portal. Take the gold, because why not? Didn't have the best loot, but it's loot, so I'm not complaining. We were on our way, and by the way, this was such a cool area, but I made the mistake and I threw the Eye of Ender over a cliff, where now I had to actually jump down to get it. But it's fine because I was going that direction anyways, so it wouldn't have made a difference. And I didn't learn from my mistake because I kind of did it again, and this one was even worse, which was fun. But finally, I had found it after 2 days of traveling. Yes, it took 2 days to find this stronghold. It was that far away. But we had found it. All I had to do now was dig down. But I was just getting confirmation it was definitely there. And it was there, which was good. So all I had to do now was dig straight down. Oh shit. Holy. Oh. Okay, this is not the regular stronghold. This has been upgraded. This is actually so cool. What? So as you can see, the regular stronghold had been upgraded. It is bigger, it is cooler, and there's so much more loot to in fact go loot, which it was really cool. I loved it a lot actually. There was so much detail, the library was bigger, and all it was now is to really find the portal in this massive monstrosity, which I did. I eventually had found the portal room. It took a while, but it was here and it looked so cool. It looked amazing. I loved it a lot. There's just so much detail in here. Like, it was really cool. But I realized my inventory was full, and luckily I had brought a waystone. This time anyways, I had brought a waystone. And I was just making a little safety platform so that I could put my waystone down and just go home, put my stuff back, and instantly come back. But also, the waystone was there just so like I wouldn't have to travel all that far again just for the portal. But I dumped everything back that I didn't need because there was quite a lot of loot I did get from the stronghold that there was just no point be taking to the end. But finally, after checking over my enchantments, my sword, my bow, it was time to ignite the portal. And here it was. Finally, it was time to enter the end. Whoa. Okay. By seeing the pillars, they're new. That's cool. And before you ask, no, I don't know why I decided to go through all my quests as I've entered the end. I just, some reason, just went through them all, which I could have waited, but I didn't. Wait, this is so cool. Oh, there's like a little like structure in the middle, but where's the dragon? Oh, um, oh, there's my answer, I guess. I, okay. After a long battle, I have finally killed the Ender Dragon. And it wasn't actually that much before than I thought. Nothing changed. It was just really cool structures and stuff, and like the way it spawned in, which it was sick. I loved it. Now it was just about collecting all the XP, getting the dragon egg, of course, and also it gave you this new type of armor, I guess you could call it. It's not armor, but it's used to make armor, and it's a dragon scale, and you can make dragon scale armor and tools with it, and it didn't look too bad. It actually looked really cool, and that's what I wanted to get. I also had to go find the egg, which I did finally eventually find it, and I didn't have a torch, but I just used a book and I got it. So now I have the dragon egg, which is really cool as well. I returned back to the overworld, but realized that some reason, I think it was when I moved my bed or something, I spawned back at spawn, which was about 1k blocks away. So that was fun. At this point, I was thinking, do I go to the end cities now, or do I go later? And why wait? Let's just go now. So I prepared myself to go to the end cities, get an elytra, because why not? Pack all the things that I think I would need to take with me to the end cities, and just organize everything. Just take everything that was needed. Take everything out that I don't need. Anything I got from the end that was not necessary to take. And it was also day 37, so great way to start day 37, going to the end cities. I built up to one of the pillars, ready to go in and see the end cities, and I was very prepared, and I used the trapdoor method because I couldn't be bothered to go get a pearl, and I just went in. Oh, okay. What? What? Am I just on floating platforms? Am I on like these floating gate things? Just like flowers? How do I get down? Because I would die. I can use a boat, maybe. Does the boat work? Yes. Okay. I got down, but I can't get back up unless I've run another gate. So that's fun. But anyways, let's explore this. It looks so cool. I love this. It actually looks so cool. Holy. So the end had an update. Something Minecraft cannot pull off. It looks really cool. There was like crystal things and it looked amazing. I loved it so much. It was really cool. I didn't know if these crystal things actually gave you anything, but I just went around breaking things just to see what things give you. And I just explored around and I came across some really cool stuff, really cool details, really cool plants. And there was this boat that was basically, I guess, sunken because it wasn't flying anymore. And I love these small little details of the end. This is what is so cool about, and I really wish vanilla Minecraft eventually did this. And I looted this, and in here it actually gave me a map to an end city, which I may as well follow, because when there's an end city, there's obviously an elytra, so I followed this map to go find the end city, and as I was doing that, I found this like village, but in the end, and it was just so cool. It was just a mini village which I was going to loot, because why not? Why wouldn't I loot it? So that's what I did. I went around looting everything and even taking things, because these lamps were sick. I love these so much. And there was this weird looking, I guess, I don't even know, it was wood. And yeah, that's what I did. I just went around exploring these structures as well. And there was just little mini huts, little mini houses. And I loved it. There was a path. It was just a end village. It was a mini village. And it also had another sunken boat. But I did not loot that, because we were committed to get into this end city, which it wasn't even that far away. It wasn't even an end city. It was just the boat itself, and it was cool that it actually led me to the boat itself. But I was struggling to actually break this tree down, which was fun. It was very fun. And the annoying part was I actually had to build up to it. So that was also fun. I had to mine random end ore to go up to this boat. After exploring a bit more, I found this really cool structure. It was a desert temple, but it was in the end. And so it was made out of obsidian, and it was designed like the Ender Dragon and stuff like that. I thought this was really cool, but it was full of endermites, whatever they're called, and I didn't know where they were coming from. They just kept spawning in. I just thought it was just a spawn, until I realized that they were just spawning in every single corner of the room. And it took me quite a while to actually realize that they weren't just spawning randomly. They were spawning for a very, very particular reason. I just thought it was just the end. They're gonna spawn. But no. It was in fact because there was a spawner under each pillar. And it took me quite a while to realize that. And they kept spawning, I kept killing. And yeah, I eventually found out that it was because of spawners. And now they stopped spawning, which was good. Mining obsidian was quite annoying, but I was minding my way down here and I actually almost died. And you're probably wondering, Sky, how did you die down here? Well, it wasn't a pressure plate, that was for sure. Yeah, so there was a redstone thing behind the chests that I triggered by accident and almost died to it, but we didn't, so that was good. I then just kept exploring the end because I have an elytra now. I have fireworks that I did find the paper and gunpowder in that sunken ship and may as well use it. So I explored anywhere I wanted to go. So I went in one direction and eventually I had to come across this really cool structure that on my map it was just a ship. But then it turned out to be this massive big looking airship, which that wasn't the ship, by the way. The ship was there, it just wasn't next to this one, and it had a gateway on top as well, which was also really good. And it was obviously full of chokers, but you may as well loot it, and it had quite a lot of loot that I was very happy with. I was so happy with all this loot. And it had another elytra, but the elytra instead of being on an item frame, it was on this podium, which now that is really cool, and it was really cool how it was displayed. I looted everything and I took the bookshelves because the more the better, and I was ready to go and finish off looting everywhere else, which I think it was just a normal end city building, which I left the airship to go to, and it was just really about looting and finding also enchants on any diamond gear that I could also take off and turn them into a book, like using the grindstone, because we discovered that a couple days ago. And obviously we found some more podiums with shulker boxes in, which were also very cool. Saves us from actually making them now, so now we have more storage. And then I returned home. Back home. Ready to just put all this stuff away from all the NCs, all the boats, all the villages I had looted. Back at home. It was day 40 and we officially have 60 more days left until day 100. So I thought, we have an elytra, let's go explore. I know we explored a while back, but we have an elytra now, it'll be quicker, we can get home quicker, we can fly anywhere we want. And I found this really cool structure, and I got an advancement that was called curses, which that didn't sound good at all. But, I went through all the quests again, and I was in here, and there was these weird looking mobs. All these mobs had masks on, and they were just different. They were terrifying. I did not like this one bit, and I did, in fact, loot everything, steal everything. because, you know, why not? And I did basically get jump scared by this one because that was basically, I guess, a ghost, you can call it. I think that's what it was based off. But there was nothing else much in there. So I decided to go off into the sunset, which it was a really nice view. And as I was flying, I found this really cool, like, bee structure. It was full of bees, which I assume it indicated the bee dimension, which we will go and explore very, very soon. But it was full of just stuff, honey, flowers, anything to do with a bee, which I love bees, so it was really cool to me that it was there. But I continued on, and I decided to revisit old structures that I saw in earlier games, like this one. Oh, I almost died to the LAs. And this place was full of pillagers, but it was okay, because obviously I had more gear now and I was more prepared. What I discovered was this place was basically like that Nether place that we saw a while ago, and it was just full of pillagers, and we just looted it basically. There was loads of evokers and whatever you call these, and then yeah, we just killed them. We got totems. But we were struggling to kill this one specifically for quite some time. But yeah, it was just full of pillagers and stuff. And vexes. But we were done looting this place now, and somewhere else that we had not come back to for some time was that pillager hole from ages ago. It was just a hole where there was just loads of pillagers and stuff in there, and basically this was just to go back on places that I left and didn't come back to, and one of these places was one of those places that I did in fact just leave and never come back to. And I wanted to find out what were they about. And I'm sure you also remember this place from episode 1, which it gave back some memories. It was full of skeletons, stuff like that, like normal, and we just looted the place. And now I realized after looting I needed to decorate the inside of my house. it was not decorated. I had not once put any furniture in there, nothing. So I spent my time on day 33 decorating the inside of my house. And that's what I did. I went around bringing all the stuff in, which eventually I'd have to take on this massive chest monstrosity and bring it all inside. And using the shulker boxes as well, putting stuff away, making it all organized. That's what I did. I was just decorating my house. After decorating my house, I came back to the Nether and I needed XP to, well, get levels. And I found this. And I feel like everyone knows what this means, what this is, when you see it. And it was a great way to start day 45 But we just destroyed it because we don't need it.